Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to the Arcane Lounge, the brand new podcast here on Arcane Arcade, featuring Spencer and me. Who am I?
Jacob, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's me. So this is basically the large angry boy and his tiny wife, the podcast, where we talk about nerdy stuff, maybe have some guests in the future, talk about nerdy stuff with them, answer your questions that you guys gave us on like Twitter and stuff. And how many more times can I say stuff in this podcast?
We need a stuff counter.
Yeah. We are hopefully going to have this up on Spotify and other places. I don't know. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. There will be like a link in the description for all that stuff. But thanks for coming to the premiere. And if you're not at the premiere and you're watching the VOD or you're listening to our audio, well, we love you too. So how do you feel right now?
I'm kind of sick. And if it's noticeable, I'm sorry. I am going to be breathing through my mouth. And I will tell you, I'm normally not a mouth breather.
Spencer thinks that she has COVID.
I do think I have COVID.
I don't think you have COVID because I don't think you have COVID.
I had like a cough and a sore throat and a runny nose. And then yesterday and today, I haven't been able to smell anything. And then this morning, I couldn't taste anything. Drinking some tea that I can kind of taste. It's very sweet.
She's like going like, I can't taste pickle juice. And I'm like, probably because you can't smell it. It's like, I can taste it a little. And I'm like, I feel like you wouldn't be able to taste anything.
I don't know.
Well,
I had some sriracha earlier this morning and it just burned my mouth really bad, but I couldn't taste it. And yeah, I don't know. Well, I've never had COVID before. So
did you have fun setting up all of this right now?
Yeah.
we spent all day today just putting all this together. We got this really cool map here of California, the state in which we reside. Yeah. But it looks like Middle Earth. They're on like Etsy or something.
Right here. Yeah. You can't see what it says, but that's where we live.
And I got that for Christmas from you. It's very cool. And then this is just Middle Earth. I've had this for forever. So eventually we'll get some more stuff going up in here. This was a little bit of a disappointment. This is the meme frame, and it was supposed to have a beautiful meme in it. Can you please retrieve the broken meme that was supposed to be in the frame? We're going to change it every time, but next time we'll have this ready to go.
Our printer ran out of ink. You can't tell what it is at all. You can't tell what it is at all, but it's supposed to be a very young
It's
Sam.
A very hot, beautiful picture of Sam Riegel. I'm going to throw it up on screen. There it is. Isn't he gorgeous? Isn't he just... wow. What a third...
I watched that come out of the printer, and I was so sad.
I was just scrolling Twitter, and I was like, this is a thirst trap, but also it isn't. It's just... I just like this. So I wanted that to be in the frame here. Just our little Sam. Just in this frame. We got some dice and some plants. We don't know what we're doing. We just threw all this up and to make it look nice.
I named this plant Tito just because I thought that was a cool name.
That is a cool name.
There's one down here who needs a name, so I'd like some suggestions. They're both fake because Jacob didn't want to buy real plants.
So now that you're already about 5 minutes in, how long was that? About 5 minutes?
Yeah.
About 5 minutes. You're about 5 minutes in. You should notice that we are really bad at this.
Yep.
But there are 400 million other podcasts out there that you could listen to. So we're just really thankful that you're listening to this one. You don't have to, but we'll get better at it eventually. But we do have segments planned that we're going to get to. But I did want to clarify a few things going forward with this podcast. So one thing with podcasts, there's normally like two people who are like friends and we're like best friends. That's cool. We're that cringy couple that's just like, stays my life, but also it's just my best friend. So the problem is that we live with each other and we do everything together. So it's not going to be like, so how's your week been?
No. We already know.
Yeah. You're just going to be like, you were there, asshole. So, that's why we want your guys' cooperation. We want questions. Oh, we have a jar, but we'll get to that. Oh. And we have a lot of other stuff planned. Hopefully, this should be going up every Wednesday.
I don't know how to edit,
Hopefully.
and I'm in charge of editing. And if any OG Arcane Arcade subscribers remember when I used to edit our videos,
You did a good job. You did great.
Anytime it's like edit that out, it's still in there.
We can't really talk about anything on Arcane Arcade though. Well, I guess we could a little bit, but we're gonna do that kind of towards the end.
Yeah.
But because that's another segment that we have planned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, you come here often?
Yeah, I do actually.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's great. So let's get to questions.
Okay. I actually have the questions picked out.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
Sorry, you go for it then.
Okay. We can go back and forth though if you'd like, so that I don't have to talk as much.
No, it's okay. Just throw them out. Throw them my way. Oh, are you gonna answer them too?
Did you not want me to? I thought I was here for that.
Oh.
Am I just was I just
Wait, did you think you were gonna be in this like 50-50?
I thought that it was
Babe. No. You're gonna read the questions.
Uh-huh.
You're not gonna say anything else, okay?
Right.
Right.
Was I just here to set up your nice set and then leave?
You're kind of here to also just look pretty. So can you just...
Then I guess I'll go.
Well, people could be listening to just the audio, though.
I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
So from No Nat Ones.
No Nat Ones?
Our first ever question.
Who was that? Is he some sort of YouTuber or something?
Is he?
He is, yeah.
Oh. What's your character creation process? How do you decide what to play in your next campaign?
Oh, man. I don't know. It's so bad. It's so hard to come up with characters.
Because you're a terrible player.
I'm a really bad player.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's a mega meme between you and yourself. Everyone's like, oh, you're not that bad of a player, Jacob. And you're just like, you're terrible. Every time I play with you, it's awful.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your process for coming up with characters?
I have a very extensive Pinterest board of characters. And every time I go on Pinterest, I add someone to it. And I go, I'll play that someday. I like
that process.
And then
I kind of copy you sometimes. It's how I get some characters, I guess, is I just kind of find cool ideas. But then I always have the problem of being like, oh, I'm now just playing some character from a video game that I really like. I'm just playing Corvo from Dishonored now. Or now I'm just playing...
No dead air. Come up with the next one.
Sorry, I just thought of so many things all at the same time. All of my characters, unfortunately, are always like Jace. That's the problem I also have, is that I accidentally just become Jace. Mm-hmm. And just for everybody else to know, Jace is like my me character that I made a long time ago and continuously play in every single game. Mm-hmm. And he's just low wisdom charisma bard fighter, and that's his whole shindig. And it was frustrating because I felt like Damon was, in case you don't know, we play Adventures of Avnia, which is one of our live stream games on Arcane Arcade. And my character I play is a half-orc artificer named Damon. He has really good intelligence, bad charisma, and I felt like certain points in time, he kind of falls into the ridiculous side of like Jace and becomes like too silly. And I'm like, I try to desperately pull him out because Damon's supposed to be like the opposite of
I think it's
Jace.
Silly in a different way, because it's silly that you're trying to make yourself really, like, I can feel you trying to make a situation awkward because you're trying to play low charisma.
Yeah.
But you're very charismatic, so I don't think you know how to do that. So you're like, oh, I have to be awkward and like oblivious
it's like
to this.
Awkward.
Yeah.
It's just like, hee hee. This is not real awkward.
Sometimes you pull it off, but yeah, when you're like, oh, it falls into like weird, it's because you're trying a little too hard. Yeah. I used to make all of my characters related to each other in some way, and then the theorists of Arcane Arcade caught on to this. So I'm just like, no one's related anymore. Never.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I used to do it. I'd be like, all right, well, their son will be a roll D12 wizard tiefling. There we go.
There you go. Yeah. And they're related somehow.
That
person got adopted and then got married. So technically they're related.
Technically,
But like all of that. You'll make a character whose dog used to be the dog of another...
And that's how they're related.
Yeah, that's how they're related. They just used to own that dog.
Not a dog, though. Maybe a cat.
Maybe.
Not very much.
Wow.
I don't like dogs very much.
A possum. In case you guys don't know, we have possums in our backyard. Yes. They only come out... I don't know where they come from. There's no holes in our fences. There's no...
They can climb. They have hands.
Do they climb the fence? Is that what they do? They just
Directly behind our house is an orchard, and I think they live in there. I also thought they were living in our shed, but I went into our shed during the day and they didn't like scamper out or anything.
There's like 3 of them.
Yes.
And we've named all of them because Spencer feeds them.
I do.
In fact, possums are pretty cool animals. Mm-hmm. They don't spread rabies. They don't, and they eat ticks and bugs and things, and they eat fruit, and they're real peaceful animals, and they're kind of cute if you get past their demonic-looking faces.
Yeah, we have Pummy, who was our first one, and
he's like the medium-sized one with a little bald spot on his back.
Yeah, and then a few weeks later, we met Vort.
Vort of the. So we live in a place in California called the San Joaquin Valley, which is that middle part right there. So if you have played Dark Souls 3, there's one of the first bosses is Vort of the Boreal Valley. Mm-hmm. So he is Vort of the San Joaquin Valley. Because I'm hilarious, guys.
Yeah, you named him. And then...
but he's huge. He's huge. That's why I named him.
He's probably this big.
Massive. Like, he's almost as big as me, and that's like a bear. So
I want to hold him so bad.
He's massive. And then, like, Pummy's like, he like kind of walks over, and then Vort's like this. He's like rocking back and forth. The ground shudders every time he steps. Mm-hmm.
And then
finally, terrifying the first time I ever saw him.
Met another one that I thought was Pummy for a while, but then we realized that it's a little bit smaller, and I call that one Bobby. I don't know why Bobby.
Bobby is meh, but Bobby's the smallest.
Yeah.
And the skittish, and the most skittish. The most skittish.
Yeah. One time I opened
Bobby will see you and be like, and like run away real fast.
One time I opened the door to feed them, and Vort was out there, and he was just like...
Vort will like want to fight you a little. Vort was like, I'm big,
we fucking boxing? Oh, you got pears? We got pears? All right, you're fine. And then he closes the door.
But when he runs away, he's like he can't really run. He's huge.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I wonder
we have possums in our backyard.
I want to know like what their genders are, because we just call them all him, but I feel like Vort's a big mama, because
baby,
she built. I don't know.
She built different.
I don't know how possums are built.
That possum is half pig.
Yeah.
It's got the shape of a pig.
Yeah. I have pictures of all of them. We could throw them up there for them.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that. Or they've just been going already and we don't know. Yeah. So. All right. You know what? I'm going to throw out a question.
Okay.
But only I can answer it. So just shut up. Okay?
I love that we went from character creation to Pummy.
To Pummy?
Baby Pummy.
Oh, I didn't have any of this prepared. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really bad at this whole podcast thing.
I did.
Whoa.
I'm so much better than Logan was.
At Feltheleb asked, in your careers as content creators, do you have any regrets? Things you would have done differently? You're a content creator. You are.
I didn't say I wasn't.
Well, just... Jacob, I never said anything. Sorry, I just really wanted to reassure you. Why do I need to be reassured? Whoa!
That's check the camera.
I gotta check the camera? It's fine, I think.
Okay.
For now.
Should I do another timer?
Yeah, go for another timer. Okay. Guys, we have a camera, and this camera will sometimes go out. So we gotta check a little bit.
Should I maybe
every
turn
so often. You should turn
sound down. Sorry for the spook. The Sheikah Slate spook. So far, no. Let's keep it that way.
No regrets?
No, I don't think so. We kind of got into this all together, so...
Yeah. I don't think I have any regrets, really. It's only been awesome. So, I mean, it's such a crappy thing to say, but I'm really, really lucky to be in this situation and be able to do this and just be like, hey, let's make this podcast, let's make this video and have fun with it. It's work, it's hard, it's stressful sometimes, but I'm really grateful to be a part of it. I guess when it comes to regrets, there's something I wish I didn't do. The problem is that the things that I've done that I don't like, I've learned from them. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad I did it. This is such a basic answer for anything. It's like, well, I wouldn't want to change anything because... I
don't know. I don't feel like you've done anything that's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I know. The weekly update videos, those are terrible.
Oh.
Those are so bad.
One of my favorite videos that I don't even know if it's still on your channel is the thanks for I don't know if it was 10 or 50,000, but
which is it the one where Logan is going across like?
No. It's the one. It's in our old apartment. The shitty
is it the
apartment.
One we're doing the thumbs up.
Yeah, and
I love that video.
And Colton just comes up from the window and goes.
That was so funny. We kept dying laughing every time because he comes up and he's like,
yeah,
it's so funny. Yeah, it's really dumb.
Is that the same one where you were on top of your car?
We were on top of my car, and that was my old car, and I made Logan laugh really hard because when we were doing that bit, and I was on top of the car and we were driving, I just went, I am on my way, I can go the distance, and he was just like dying. But also I was terrified for my life because
I remember.
Even if the car is moving at 5 miles an hour, it's like, whoa!
Yeah.
So
I think you picked me up from school and you were like, I need you to record something. And I was like, okay, what is it? And you were like, no, just come over and record. And you got on top of your car and I was like, this is a terrible idea. I don't want to film you doing this. We should find a different skit to do. And you're like, no, we're doing this on the car right now.
Yeah. That was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Yeah. You were also like, what, 18, 19?
I don't remember. Do you know what's crazy? Almost didn't. We have been doing this for 4 years. I've been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like 4 years, but also it kind of does.
Only 4?
You feel like it's been longer?
It feels longer.
To me, it is. This is just time relative to my brain or whatever. But to me, it's like it doesn't feel like it's been 4 years when I look at everything I've done. But when I think about how much time has passed since I made my first video, it definitely feels like at least like it's been longer or something. Because those D&D tip videos are so... It's weird. I still like those videos. I've gone back and watched them. Those old tips videos, they're dumb and they have old memes and they're not that funny, but like, they're not like cringe level. The cringiest videos that I made are all privated now. I hated them. And they were right after the channel started getting up there a little bit. And we started doing these weekly update videos where Logan and I would just talk about something, but then update everybody on stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, because some of them are still up on there and they're really bad. They're just like really close up and we're just like, we're going to talk about why mystics are cool. It was like a crappy podcast that was like a little bit like, it wasn't long enough.
Like
it wasn't like thought about. And we just went, we're going to maybe stream a game and make a video next week. And like, that was the whole thing. And they were just really bad. So those are gone and never coming back.
Do you remember that I saw one of your old fan videos before I ever met you? You had like, had that Doctor Who fan edit.
Before I did D&D videos, I had made like music videos where like a song.
It was
30 Seconds to Mars. What is that song called? This Is War?
Yeah.
And it was like a really crappy. I used like Windows Movie Maker to put clips from Doctor Who into it, and I was like, yeah.
I remember
so
being
cool.
like 12 years old and like, this video is so fucking cool. And
it was awesome when I made it.
Meeting you like
I was like 13 when I made it.
Meeting you like 2 years later, like, oh yeah, you made that video?
Oh my god, I remember that. I was like, oh, you should watch this since you like Doctor Who. Yeah. And we were both, just to let you guys know, we met in high school. And we were in high school and I was like, you watch this. And you were like, oh, I've seen this before. And I'm like, bro, you've seen this. I made this.
I was like, this guy's super cool. He likes.
It had like 5,000 views. It was mad. But yeah, they're all on the channel still. They're just privated. So
you mean I can still watch it?
You can. I watched it the other day, actually.
Really?
I did, because I also used to upload a lot of Fallout New Vegas videos.
Yeah. And
I did like a fan-made trailer, and I also did like a, haha, this line from the game was really funny. And they're still up. I don't know why they're still on my account. They were literally uploaded like 2013, 2014. They're just still there. Also, all of the old Immortals streams are still up there. Yeah. In our old apartment with the really bad webcams. And
the it's so dark in there.
And really dark. Yeah. Good times.
No, bad times. Do you want another question?
I would love another question.
Okay, this one's from Himross777.
Himross?
Yeah. What is your favorite non-magical armor, weapon, and piece of general equipment?
Okay. Non-magical?
Non-magical.
Armor, weapon, and piece of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
We're assuming from D&D.
Yes.
Okay. I think great swords are awesome. Yeah. I always think great swords are super cool. Not only that, the fact that a big ass sword is so cool, but like the fact that you could do like 2d6 damage, you can do more damage with it is like, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think great swords are like my favorite weapon.
Next to that would maybe be like throwing axes, just because I think throwing an axe is cool.
I also like bows, like long bows, because I don't know.
Are you more of a longbow person or a crossbow person?
Probably crossbow, knowing me, because I play a lot of rogues. Sphinx and Eugene both had crossbows, and I thought those were super cool. But that was also like 5 years ago.
I remember in Skyrim, there were no crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that video I just uploaded, which was what people think D&D is just Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. So it was just a roast on myself. I was like that basically when I first played D&D. I was like, I was just playing it like it was Skyrim, but in our brains. And going back to Skyrim, that was always how I thought about D&D. So I always thought crossbows were so cool because they were never in Skyrim until you got like a DLC. So when the DLC came out, it had crossbows, and it was so cool because you got to hunt like vampires and werewolves and stuff, and you had crossbows. So in D&D, it's just like, yeah, you can have these. I was like, crossbows are sick. And now I'm like the opposite. I'm like, bows are way cooler. Armor?
Armor, yeah. How about none armor?
None armor.
Yep.
Unarmored defense?
No, just none.
Do you just want people to hit you?
None armor. In our Tomb game, none of us wear armor.
Oh my god, wait, what? None of you? That's right, you have a barbarian, a monk,
a sorcerer, and Ira doesn't wear armor.
Ira casts mage armor, doesn't he?
So technically that's magic armor. But none armor still.
Oh my gosh, that's actually really cool. I think that's awesome that you guys don't wear armor. Why did I never realize that? What the heck?
Yeah. And then non-magical piece of equipment. Do you have one?
I didn't pick my armor. Oh. I've probably studded leather. Studded leather is cool. It's the middle ground. It's got good stats, but it's also not super overpowered. And also, leather looks really awesome.
And no stealth disadvantage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And non-magical equipment.
Yeah.
I think ball bearings are really fun.
I want to go with rope.
Rope is cool. Rope and grappling hook are cool.
Mm-hmm.
A crowbar is deceptively useful.
Yeah.
There's so many ways you can use a crowbar. But I think I'll have to go with... I'm thinking.
Oh.
I'm touching my nose and pushing it down my face. Yeah, I think caltrops or ball bearings I think are really good. I think they're great. Yeah. They're a fun little item that you can use, and they're not magical, but they're really useful, you know?
Yeah, we use rope all the time. So I'm gonna go with rope.
It's just the most useful for you.
Go get your fucking rope.
Rope is especially very useful if you have mage hand. You're able to, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you want to pull a topic from the genre jar?
The genre jar?
The genre jar. This is going to be a segment we're going to do here on the arcade. I keep wanting to say Arcade Lounge. The Arcane Lounge, where we are going to talk about our top 5 of whatever the heck we pull out of this giant jar.
Yeah, and that had to be so loud.
Sorry, everybody.
And it's completely full all the way to the top of.
Whoa!
Look at.
It's so full. Oh my gosh!
Do you want to pull one or two
All
out
right,
of there?
Spencer, what is your top 5? Are you gonna burp? Top 5. Oh, your least favorite rules. Top 5 least favorite rules. Your 5 least favorite rules.
Least favorite rules.
I know I talked about it today, but
variant encumbrance.
Why?
Because I am always encumbered.
But
strength is my dump stat usually, so I'm encumbered.
That's why I like variant encumbrance, because it gives strength a purpose.
Yeah.
That's also the whole point behind my intelligent points thing.
Yeah,
which
I like
we don't
that.
really play by anymore. But well, we just haven't really started that many campaigns. We play it with all of our games right now.
No, we didn't do it with Evenfall. I don't think.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Pretty sure. I think you're just dumb.
That might be true.
And yeah, I think strength just doesn't have a big place in D&D unless you're playing like a fighter and you don't want to use dex. But why wouldn't you want to use dex? Because dex is just so good. But carry weight should be important, I think.
I remember that for a while, Tim would always bring this up, that you can't crit, or you can't sneak attack with a spell. And I used to think that was pretty dumb, but I think it makes sense why you can't.
To me, it's balance.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, dude, you can't be blasting fireballs and doing sneak attacks.
His one thing was Eldritch Blast. You couldn't use it. Yeah.
Because you're not a rogue. You're a warlock.
No. I think he wanted to multi-class, but
I know, but like that's my point. My point is,
I understand.
That's what you chose.
I don't really have a lot of least favorites, so I'm trying to bring up what other people
have. No, that's fair enough. One thing I really hate, it's not really a rule, I guess, and I already talked about it with you today, but I'm going to talk about it here on the podcast, is I think it's dumb that a rogue or a monk could be backed into a corner and a dragon could do their breath weapon, and there's nowhere for this monk or rogue to go, and they don't have flame resistant armor or like clothing, like a Batman cloak or something, and they can take no damage. Like the dragon missed, but like it's an area effect.
You know, in Star Wars, I think I don't know which one it is. Maybe I think it's the second one. When they're in the elevator and he just does that wicked high jump, like a Jedi jump. That's what they're doing. Yeah,
they just do a big jump.
Yeah.
Okay, but they could be in an enclosed space, though, in this hypothetical.
Okay.
They could be in a space that's as tall as that. They could be in a box, and the dragon's mouth could take up the entire box, and that rogue could just be like, dodge. Like, it just not take damage.
I mean, in that situation, I guess you could rule that there's nowhere for them to dodge.
That's the thing. I kind of want to start implementing that in our games.
If there's nowhere for them to go.
I think, what I think you should do is you should move to a place. When you make a dex save, you have to move to a spot that is out of range of the thing. And I think if you can't get there without half of your movement, you're gonna take half damage regardless.
I think that's simple in like early D&D, but when you're fighting like legendary, they're not called legendary dragons, are they?
They're called ancient dragons.
Ancient dragons. There we go. Their breath weapon's like 60 feet across, isn't it?
I think it's like 90 feet.
Yeah. So there's like no possibility
There's
to get
an ancient
a
dragon. Whoa!
I turned you off.
It scares you every time.
Because I thought I muted it. Hush. I'm turning it off.
Okay.
We don't need a timer.
Well, we might for the camera. Anyways, I think it's an ancient dragon. I feel like it should be able to do its breath weapon and do damage even if...
Well, you have to have evasion, right? What level do you get evasion at?
I believe you get it at like 12.
That's pretty high up there.
Or 8. 8 to 12. I know it's pretty high up there. But even then...
You know, in some games you don't even get it, so...
Well, we've played with it for a long time. I totally understand it. And I know I'm obviously being that guy that's like, actually, that's not realistic at all. It's for game balance. I understand. Yeah. There's only 2 classes that can get it anyways. It's Rogue and Monk. Yeah. And it's not a big deal.
I'm sorry. But I played too many rogues, didn't I? I played too many rogues.
No. I think rogues are a big meme, but I don't hate them. I hate monks. Not their concept. I think monks are one of the coolest classes in the game, flavor-wise. They're so awesome. Yeah. I hate being a DM and there's a monk. It's so frustrating. However, I think China is the first. China is Tyler's character in Tomb of Annihilation, which is what we play every Saturday on Arcane Arcade. Tyler's character, China, is one of the first monks where I'm like, oh, you're not that annoying. Because he's not playing like a typical monk. He's playing a half fighter, and it's the Rune Knight, and she constantly gets really big, and I think that's really fun and cool.
I think you have less of a problem with China because she is cross-classed than you did with Classicer, because he was like, oh, level what level did he get to? Like 18.
Sorry, Colton. Classicer was frustrating.
Level 18 monk. That's really powerful.
Which is such a weird thing to be like, oh, as a DM, it's frustrating. It's only frustrating when it's like for me at least, is when I want to create like an encounter and I want something to happen. I'm okay if the player's going to mess it up and they're going to destroy it in a couple of seconds. That's okay. The problem is that I could never find a weakness for Class. I can normally find a weakness for you guys, but his monk, it was like every challenge I would throw at Class, it would always get circumvented. And that's frustrating because I want to challenge players. I want them to think outside the box. Yeah. And the one time I was able to do it was with Titivolus. This was our old campaign called Sunder. And Garyon. But he did, I felt like that was his choice. He did split. I wasn't trying to kill him there. It just kind of happened. Yeah. I was trying to be challenging to Classicer with Titivolus. And it just made him really mad, I felt. And I was like, that wasn't my point. I was just trying to make it difficult for you. But,
that entire fight was kind of poopy.
What's another rule you don't like?
Sorry, I wasn't even thinking about it.
I think that the default inspiration is a little silly. I don't hate it, but it's okay. You just kind of get one and then you get advantage, but I don't like awarding it. Awarding it, I feel like is good for like new players, but with experienced players, it's hard to award inspiration because it's supposed to be to reward role playing, which is a good thing to reward. You want to reward your players for role playing, but when we're at the level that we are now, we play like 2 or 3 times a week, and for like a couple of years now, we're playing experienced D&D, guys. You're just not even on our level. But like, I know that some players feel this way. It's kind of, or DMs feel this way. It's like hard to be like, okay, have a inspiration and then not give it to everybody else.
Yeah, it does feel like crappy when it's like, oh well, I thought I was doing well too, but I guess not.
Then as a DM, you just have to give everybody inspiration, but then. It's silly. I like our card rule.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I don't really have any rules that I dislike. I really like rules. So
I know
what I dislike is when DMs change rules, but Jacob changes lots of rules.
Catch me changing rules every week.
No. When a DM will change a rule in a situation, and then later we'll go back on the rule. Okay. Because I remember times when we were playing Ember Warriors and we were still kind of new. We'd only been playing for like maybe a year.
That was our campaign like 3 or 4 years ago.
And we had two or three new people in that game. And so you were kind of lenient. And then it was like, well, later it was like, oh, well, you let Abadir do that thing, but now you're not letting Solomon do the thing. And that led to a little. So I don't know. I really like rules to be set at the start, and they stay the same.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that now. I probably didn't back then. So.
No, you were like, you can do that.
Yeah.
And now we don't talk about that game. I know Cow asked a question.
Oh, yes. Flamingo Killer Extraordinaire, also known as Cow the God, asked, who is the blood for?
The blood god.
Wow, you're a sheep. Himra said your local blood donation center.
Well, they won't let me donate blood. So
why won't they let you donate blood?
Because I am anemic and I don't weigh enough.
Oh. I bet they let me give them all my blood.
They'd be like, you got too much blood. Give it to us.
Come here. Come here. Give me your blood. You got a little too much. You're hoarding it from everybody
Yeah, it's
else.
really funny because like my grandfather has too much iron in his blood and I don't have enough. So it's like you think it'd solve itself in between then and now, but
at Phoenix Premiu asks, if you had to summarize 5e's biggest pro and con, what would they be and why? I have an answer, but if you want to say yours.
So unfortunately, I don't remember much of playing 3.5. I do remember, however, that there were a billion skills.
Yes.
And it was very confusing because there are a lot of rules for skills. So I think that a very big pro is that they kind of went, these are the skills that you have now, and here's how they work. And they simplified that a lot. But I think you think that they oversimplified a lot of things and that you didn't like that very much.
Well, I loved it when we started it, and now I'm starting to see how it kind of, it's not annoying, I guess, but it's starting to be things that I don't like about it that I do like from other systems. But the thing is that every RPG system has something that they focus on. And 5e's focus and why it does so well is it's kind of focused on everything. And it's a focus on players feeling like heroes. And that's what you want RPGs to be anyways. unless you're playing like Call of Cthulhu or something.
Yeah.
And I think 5e's biggest pro is that it is very good and very... it's very good. Jacob, 2021. Mm-hmm. I think 5e's biggest pro, by the question, is its simplicity allows players and DMs to be really narratively active with their turns and their characters and everything. The fact that in 5e that you can make your spells whatever you want, or be whatever you want, or describe things however you want, the rules don't weigh you down in that aspect, is the best part about 5th edition. It just, you can, if all your spells are purple, then all your spells are purple. Or if you shoot chickens with all your spells, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Or if your character is a purple tiefling and they are a person under the disguise of another person, and then later they reveal that, like, you can play that, and you don't have to be like, okay, well then you should have this, like, you can just make it up and it works and it's fine. And I think that's the best part of 5e. I think the worst part about 5e is that in its simplicity, and this is kind of like, I don't know if this is like a catch-22, but like, because I like it and I don't. Mm-hmm. I feel a burp coming. Well, you just burped, so. I did. I thought there was more, there wasn't. No. Sorry, guys, I get distracted really easily. So, I think the worst part about 5e is also its simplicity. While roping all these rules together is really, really nice and really great, for more experienced players, kind of like us, we're experienced 5e players, a lot of the rules get really repetitive very easily. So I'm just now starting to see, like, man, dodging explosions is stupid. I think that's like, it's like really silly. Like, that's not how that should work. And it's kind of hard to come up with new ways to challenge newer players in D&D 5e, because it's not that there's too little monsters. It's just that they have a lot of abilities that kind of do the same thing. So it becomes difficult to continue running campaigns if you play D&D 5e for a long time. Yeah. But that isn't really a negative, because a lot of people, the majority of people, aren't playing as much as us. Yeah, we do play a lot. 5e is just really good. Yeah. It's too good. We're running out of stuff to do. I know. Gosh dang it, guys. Let's see. No. Mystic Coverlord asks, what class and subclass are you? Everyone, if applicable. I think I'm probably a druid. I think I'm probably a bard. Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know what subclass I would be. Yeah, I don't know for me either. We'd have to be like our own subclasses that we can make up. That's another great part about 5e. You can just make your own stuff. I think that's really fun. We have a subclass of the Spunky. Let's see. Arcane Lay4 asks, I read the hashtag and asking it. Sorry, guys. Who is the better cook and why? I don't know anymore. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. I used to be like, me, I'm the better cook because my mom taught me how to cook. But like, sometimes you've made dinner and I'm like, that was pretty fire. Mm-hmm. We do kind of cheat though. Wait, what? We follow a cookbook? Well, and we also get like if we have a food delivery service that's like, here's all the shit you have, and here's how to cook it. We don't really get that much with them, and they're just like for when we want to cook stuff. But we have a lot of themed cookbooks, like Heroes Feast, and the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Outpost one, then we have a Harry Potter one, and a Lord of the Rings one, and an Overwatch one. We've been like every day, like last week, we cooked something from it, and only 2 of those things tasted really bad. The if you guys ever get the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Outpost cookbook, which I got for Christmas and have been cooking stuff out of it nonstop because I think that they're really fun. It has drinks in it, and the drinks are really good. Yeah. But we made the portion bread, and the portion bread is the thing. It's the dude in who's in Jakku in Force Awakens. He's like 4 portions, that 5 guy. Portions. And when Rey goes back to like her little hut in the AT-AT, whatever. She takes that little piece of dust and she puts it in the water and it becomes a piece of bread, and you can make those and it looks exactly like them, and they are disgusting. they taste. If you've ever been to like a petting zoo, they taste like a petting zoo. They taste and smell awful. Unless I made them wrong, but I think I made them right. Yeah. It's because I think it has wheat flour and then baking soda, and then it has like bits of seaweed in it.
Yeah, and
oats. And oats, like instant oats, and then you microwave it in a ramekin with water and oil, and it hardens up, and as you pull it apart, it's just like you don't smell bread, you smell like a barn. It's really bad.
Very, very bad.
That was the worst thing. Everything in the Heroes Feast cookbook has been really good, I think. Maybe the one thing I think was just okay was that like fake meat thing.
Fake meat thing.
I made it when we watched Mandalorian that one night, and it was that like.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
Okay. It was just.
I do know what you're talking about.
I had to put it in the oven.
Yeah.
But everything out of that book has been pretty good.
We had that lentil soup the other day, and that tasted bad.
From the Overwatch one?
Yeah, I don't think we put enough vegetable stock in it.
Yeah, it was really like, it looked like poop.
It looked like wet dog food to me.
It did look also like wet dog food.
Yeah.
But it tasted good, but it was just like, ugh.
I didn't think it tasted good. I thought it tasted really bad. I didn't finish it. I think you ordered me Taco Bell because
I ate some of it. I was like, it tastes good. It just doesn't look very nice. So, but everything else we've been cooking has been pretty good. How did we get on this subject?
Who's the better cook?
Oh, yes. Me. So who is the better cook?
Probably you, because I think you've had more experience than me.
I was going to say you're pretty good. You're a good cook.
I'm better at baking.
At Zachary Winkelm 2 asks, question for Jacob. Question for Spencer. I'm sorry.
That's not a question.
At Zerovancy asks, how would you fix the sorcerer?
There's nothing wrong with the sorcerer.
Nothing?
There's nothing wrong with the
sorcerer.
Except at level 12 or 13, you don't get a spell, and it made me really mad one time. I would say that if you want to play sorcerer, multi-class, because it is kind of boring to just get one spell every level, except for level 12 or 13.
It's fun to play in like a one-shot, but a sorcerer is agonizing to play in a campaign. I'm
enjoying playing... we're level 14, 13 in that game? 13, yeah.
In Tomb of Annihilation, you're playing Ori, the Changeling, Azamar Warlock.
Warlock?
Changeling, Azamar...
Sorcerer.
Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Yeah. And like, Jordan's playing Kurt, and he's having a lot of fun with that, but I think that you just gotta go with it. I would say that the updated class stuff with Tasha's made it a lot better because you can change your spells out. And you can also change your subclass, I think, if you want to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would say Tasha's made it a little bit better. But I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with the sorcerer. It's just you don't get a lot of stuff. Exactly.
All right. I'm just looking through questions.
Do you want to do another one of these?
Well, maybe, sure. If you want to whip one out,
I'll whip one out. In this, let me just put my hand in this very large bowl that's definitely full of stuff.
I got another question after this. We can talk about some Arcane Arcade stuff, and then we will continue talking, and then maybe go do something else. I don't know.
You want to do something after this? Top 5 YouTubers.
Top 5 YouTubers. Oh man.
I just wanna kind of oust myself right now. I don't watch any D&D YouTubers. The only reason I watch your videos is because you make me.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I love you. Oh. I don't watch Logan's videos, and he's one of my best friends. Deep cut.
I don't think I'll ever recover.
I'm sorry. I don't watch anyone's.
No, I force her to watch every single video in the middle of the night when I finish them. I'm like, hey babe, you need to come watch this video to make sure it's not terrible.
And it's not that
she's like, it's good every time.
It's not that I hate like D&D YouTubers or anything, because I'm sure I would enjoy the content. It's just, I don't know.
You're just sick of it.
Yeah, it's like, I play this game all the time.
I sometimes watch D&D YouTubers, but I don't religiously watch them like I watch other people. I don't know why, too. I think Davy talked about this one time. There's like an anxiety behind it, because it's like, I don't want to watch something and then be like, oh, they did that better, and I had an idea for a video and I shouldn't, I don't want to anymore. That's kind of like the crappy part about it, is like, I don't want to like lose inspiration to make my videos. But every single time I do it, I just gain more inspiration for watching videos. Yeah. It just makes me anxious, is the thing.
So do you have any favorite YouTubers?
Okay. Yes. I have no particular order, though.
Well, then, what are they? Because I don't really have an order.
I love H-Bomber Guy. I think he makes really great videos. I just like all of his videos. They're really great. He's so chaotic, but also really smart. And I think they're really great. And he teaches very well about things that I'm very dumb and don't know anything about.
Yeah.
I really like Gub and Edward.
Gub and Edward.
The podcast. Yeah. But also I just like Gus Johnson and whatever the other Eddie Bareback. Eddie Bareback. That's the meme. No, I really like the Gus and Eddie podcast. It's a good one. And there's definitely no correlation to this one and that one. I definitely didn't get any inspiration at all.
Don't sue us.
Gus and Eddie, let me on your podcast. I want to be on it so bad. Anyways.
No, let me on it.
No.
Yeah.
But I've watched every episode.
Me too.
I also really like... I do really like all of the D&D people. I like, Joe Cat and Logan and Davy and...
Don't leave anyone out, though, full bad.
Oh, God. I gotta think of every single one. I forgot already. But I like watching them because they're my friends, not like because...
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch this video because it interests me, kind of thing. I'm just like, oh, cool. My friend made a video. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, I wish I could feel that way.
I hate friends.
I will also say another reason why I'm like, I don't need to watch videos because I am the one filming it, so I've seen it already.
Yeah, fair enough.
You just add music to it. I think.
The problem with picking favorite YouTubers is that I don't know because I kind of cycle through them. So those are like who I'm watching right now. But in like a couple of months, it'll change. So
I'll just say right now that
Caleb City. Love his videos. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. I interrupted you like 5 times.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. My turn. I will say that Jenna Marbles is and will always be my favorite YouTuber, even though she no longer makes videos. Also Julian is also Julian is also really good. I love all his cooking stuff. And then I also watch Dead Meat every day. Every day. I cycle through all of their videos. There are a few that I won't watch because they preface that it's like really gross, and sometimes I can't watch.
They do videos of like a horror movie.
Yeah, he goes through and he has like a segment called the kill count, and he just goes through and counts every single kill in horror movies. And I really like horror movies, so I get a lot of enjoyment out of watching him count dead people, I guess. So go check them out. They're really neat.
It's cool. You also get like fun facts about the movie.
Yeah, he does like he watches like behind the scenes bits and stuff, and he knows a lot of like stuff about horror movies. I
am a deep connoisseur of ASMR, and I have no shame.
Ew.
I've been watching it for a long time since I was like a wee lad.
Yeah.
And I think one of my favorite, because they're YouTube creators and they're really great, but one of my favorite is this dude named Ephemeral Rift. He is so creative with his videos. I kind of forget their ASMR videos because they're just so weird. And he's big in like Lovecraftian stuff, but also he has like this weird like universe tied in with all of his videos, and they're just really creative. And he's been making videos for a long time. So Papa Rift, he's one of my favorites.
I don't really watch anyone else.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's why I like died a little bit inside when Jenna stopped making videos.
Oh.
I cried for like 2 days. It's okay though, I understand. I also watch this one lady who makes like Sims related content. And just because she's so chaotic, her name's Plumbella. And I watch her videos all the time. But only when I play The Sims. So every like 8 months I'll be like, I want to play The Sims, and I'll put her videos on, and it's fucking nuts. She's got a lot going on.
I have another question here. At JP Arc 4, along with fantasy, what other genres are you guys big fans of? What are ones you're not so big on? I'm on a mega Fallout kick right now. I love Fallout. I've always loved Fallout. I loved Fallout before I liked D&D. I liked Fallout before I even really liked Lord of the Rings. And before that, I was a huge Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like Star Wars. Yeah, I make fun of Star Wars all the time. I don't seem like I like Star Wars. But that's because I'm like an old, tired man in terms of Star Wars.
It's also really easy to make fun of Star Wars.
Well, it's easy to make Star
Wars fans.
It's easy to make fun of Star Wars. It's also really easy to make fun of Star Wars fans.
Hey, did you know that R2 follows
I
Luke?
hate it so. People got mad at me on TikTok for that. They got mad at me. Okay, I made a stupid TikTok where I was responding. I saw this on Reddit. It's r/movie details, and there's this movie detail where it's like R2D2 doesn't always follows Luke Skywalker around because the last time someone left him behind, it was Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, told him to stay with the ship.
Stay with the ship. And while a lot of people were like, wasn't his memory erased? It doesn't matter.
His memory wasn't erased.
It wasn't erased. It doesn't matter. Do you think, I made a TikTok basically like laughing at it and saying like, do you think that that George Lucas in the hindsight in Empire Strikes Back to be like, why does R2 follow Luke around all over the place? Certainly because that's not just his friend. And I get that it's maybe just like not in a not intended fact. George Lucas didn't plan any of that whatsoever. And it's just kind of like you can see that and put it together. But wow, that is the dumbest detail ever. I saw people responding to it who were like, this actually makes me like emotional about R2 and his story. And I'm like, what? That he follows Luke around? Because the last time Anakin was like, stay with the ship, R2, and he never came back? That's a dumb take.
I will say that I like on TikTok right now, people are doing the comparison between spoilers. If you haven't finished The Mandalorian, stop watching. The bit where Luke comes and he saves the Mandalorian and everyone that's with him, and he kills all of the Zerg-looking fucks, and then the bit where Darth Vader is killing all those people on I think it's Leia's ship at it's in Rogue One. Yeah, I think that's neat, but it's like
in Rogue One.
Yeah, in Rogue One.
I was like,
they didn't go. I don't know if they went, let's make this a little similar, because there's actually.
I don't think so. I think also Star Wars is like The Simpsons. It's just done so much stuff.
Yeah.
That you can connect so many things, and being a human being, you want to find patterns. So people are gonna find patterns.
Yeah.
And there are some that I really like. Like there was one theory I thought was okay. A lot of Star Wars theories I hate so much, but one I thought was really great was the idea that Luke's new lightsaber looks like Obi-Wan's and is green because we know that Luke went back to Tatooine to build his lightsaber and used old pieces from old Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks very similar to his lightsaber. The real reason in the movie was they were like, what does this lightsaber look like? they just like, well, this other one that Alec Guinness used.
Yep.
Oh, well, let's just make it a little different. Use that.
Like that.
So, but the in-universe theory, I guess, is just like he went back and used old pieces of his lightsaber to make a new one, but he needed a kyber crystal, and maybe Obi-Wan had Qui-Gon's kyber crystal, which is why it was green. And it's like, that's kind of fun, There's not like it doesn't fundamentally change R2's motivations.
Or did they just go, we need a new lightsaber color, let's make it green.
Let's make it green. That's like exactly what they did. They were like, it's green now. George was like, okay, so Luke,
the Goongas.
The Goongas are gonna come in and they're gonna change his lightsaber and they're gonna make it green. And we need a new lightsaber. Let's just use Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
We shouldn't make fun of him.
Huh?
We shouldn't make fun of him.
Of George Lucas?
Yeah.
I hate that man. Star Wars is my life, and I hate George Lucas.
It's like me with Harry Potter.
I love and hate George Lucas so much. God. He's so dumb, but he's so...
I didn't even answer the question. We got off topic. Did they just mean like RPG stuff? Or?
Oh, yeah. That's what the original question was, huh?
Yeah.
Star Wars tangent there. Yeah, I really like Star Wars, but also I don't. I really like Fallout, and I really like... there's some sci-fi setting. I'm into Cyberpunk now. I played the video game. I'm like, this is cool.
I really want to play Deadlands. I think that'd be fun.
Oh, yes.
I'm not like crazy like, I love cowboy stuff, but like that seems neat. I want to play maybe like Call of Cthulhu or something, because I really like
Cthulhu sounds
really like
cool.
horror stuff, but that's, I don't know.
Davy Chappie has a really good video on Call of Cthulhu.
I don't watch him.
Oh, he just refused.
Yeah, I don't watch.
Halo has a good video.
If I watch one of you guys, I gotta watch all you guys. I think I'd rather just sever the tie.
RuneSmith has a good video on City of Mist.
Oh, I hate City of Mist. I will never like that.
I like City of Mist a lot.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
I don't think you played it right. I think you need to play the default. What, bro? Okay, all right. We're gonna play it sometime. We're gonna play it like the default way to play the game because we just played. You played it in like this weird D&D construction through Tesseract, and it's not fully what City of Mist really is. It kind of is, but not entirely. But so yeah. Is there anything else?
You wanted to talk about Arcane Arcade, but we don't have to.
We can a little bit. So this podcast does take place on Arcane Arcade, and it is called the Arcane Lounge because this isn't the arcade. We're just hanging out, having a good time, and you're here with us, sitting with us, and being our friend. So we just want to talk about the games that we played this past week. So what'd you think of last game of Avnia? Because that's what we just played on Friday. It was Adventures of Avnia.
So Avnia's new season theme is just Sad Boy Hours. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've personally been happy in that game in a fat minute.
Last game almost felt like it was going to be a good happy time,
and then then
it ended with sadness.
Yeah, I think that's the theme. It's almost happy.
Yeah, Craig really be out here rooting out our deep feelings.
Yeah,
and making us admit to our darkest fears.
You know, you got to do it. Sometimes. But
it was a nice kind of like cool down session, a lot of role play.
Yeah.
Downtime and stuff.
Because we had just gotten out of like Mystery Town, and we were like, that was taking up all of our thoughts.
Yeah. So I'm building some cool stuff as Damon. I want it to be done already. I want to finish that stuff, and I'm excited. So, what about Tomb of Annihilation? How do you feel about that one?
Also, Sad Boy Hours.
Well, we're getting there. We're building up to the end here.
We did just
get the end game.
We did just get big Chiff energy.
I was like, you said Tiff's name's wrong, but it's Cheetah and Tiff.
Chiff moment.
The ship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's Chiff. Yeah, I ship that.
Every game before we start, Craig is just like, "I'm coming for you, Tyler. You better watch out." It's like it's great.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a fun time. It's cool. And you guys are in Omu.
Yep.
Finding puzzle cubes.
Yep. Fighting stuff.
It's almost a lot more detailed than I originally thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be real small and be like, oh, you go to the thing and then you kill the guy. But it's like, you have to find the 9 puzzle keys! And you have to... was that loud?
Yeah.
And you have to kill the snakes! So, yeah.
We haven't run into any snakes yet.
They're coming.
I'm excited. Can I turn into Yanti as a changeling?
You can turn into you can have like a snake tongue, but that's like it.
Oh, I can't have like the arms and stuff?
No, you can have the arms.
Dang, that sucks.
Are you looking forward to...
I'm going to add it to my rules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's your least... You can't... A changeling can't
be
have snake arms, so bad...
Can be a snurson.
Snurson?
Snake person. Oh, that's
Sneeple.
Better.
Yeah.
Now I'm just embarrassed.
You didn't say Sneeple?
I said Snurson. I'm changing it.
Evenfall is in a couple days.
That's redacted.
That's redacted. We're not going to talk about Evenfall.
It's going to delete that one.
Fair enough. Well, this is a good time. This is pretty fun. It was a little rocky. First episodes are always terrible. We are not good podcast hosts. And by we, I'm more saying me. You're pretty good at this. You're pretty chill. You're relaxed. I'm over here sounding too angry about saying things and probably stumbling over my words and interrupting you the entire time. Right. But you know what, guys? This is going to be a journey and it's going to be fun. We're going to slowly get better with this over time. And if you guys have a problem with the way I do this, just tell me in the comments so I can be sad about it later. But thanks for joining for the Arcane Lounge podcast. That's enough feeling sorry for ourselves.
Yeah. Hopefully next week I won't be sick.
Yeah. And we may have a guest next week. Perhaps. Maybe.
Oh,
No?
No.
Nah.
Fuck them.
Just fuck them.
They're going to have to sit on this little table. We're going to put them.
Could you imagine Logan, like, squatting right here? His big old
I don't want to
head.
have to move Tito. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
We'll just superimpose their head onto the wall.
Right, yeah. Good idea.
There's just like floating head right here. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It looked like the invisibility cloak in Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for the Arcane Lounge. We will be back next time. Do you have any closing words?
Snursin.
Snursin.